Hello there, fellow reader. I am David, and I used to be a fan of the Curious George TV series that premiered on PBS Kids in the year of 2006. I stopped being a fan of the TV series because of one incident. I was watching PBS Kids to see anything was on, but when I was about to change the channel, the voice guy said a new Curious George episode is coming up next. I was excited to watch this episode, and after a few ads, the show started, but the intro was off because the music was slowed down. The screen was in G major, and the animation was rough. It also looked like from the 80s or 90s, just like the old Curious George books. The title screen read Curious George 1989, which was odd, since the show aired in 2006, and not in 1989. The episode started with Curious George reading his old books that the author of those books made. Curious George decided to go on his old adventures and restart them all over again. The Yellow Hat Man appeared on screen, and he saw Curious George escape the house again. The Yellow Hat Man begins to run after Curious George. Then a zoo truck came by and took him away back to the zoo. The Yellow Hat Man got in his car and drove to the zoo. Curious George was thrown into the monkey view section with the other monkeys. The Yellow Hat Man came and tried to get George out of there, but he fell and was brutally attacked by the other monkeys. There was a funeral for the Yellow Hat Man, and everyone was there, even Curious George was here. George begins to cry, and the zookeepers took him back to the monkey view section. After, when it hits the sunset, the zookeepers failed to close the gates, and all the animals ran out. Curious George and his animal friends started attacking the city. Suddenly George grew big like Hong Kong and climbed on a tall building. He then starts throwing barrels and banana peels. Helicopters tried to shoot him down, but George destroyed them quickly. The army boss had no choice but to launch a nuke. A few seconds, a nuke begins to come down the city closer and closer, until it hits the city, completely destroying it, and the big Curious George. The credits showed, and I was shocked on what I saw. I called PBS Kids, told them about it, and they said sorry, and that a worker who was depressed made this episode. It was originally to be the series finale, but it was too dark, and they had to make a new series finale. After that, I never watched Curious George ever again after this, and if you see this episode somewhere, don't watch it.